Hello. This is for Israel. I can prove that God can respond back. So, starting off for Israel, there are different ways God can respond back. One is to blatantly bow down to other gods, and he will respond by making his/her life worse. This is the one sin that makes God angry. Do this for a week or longer. So, this works. This has also worked for people who call themselves gods. God will make their lives worse as well. To prove that God is against sin, you can sit still and listen for God, and he will push your sins in your mind. This is what we describe as guilty conscience. This is uncomfortable, but it is God pushing the sins in the mind. He will even push the sins that are not based on morality, such as cussing on one's own, getting drunk, bowing down to other gods, or dealing with the occult. Confess every sin that is pushed in the mind, and the guilty conscience will go away. So this works. This is how we know what sins that God is against. And so I call on Israel to do this, is to listen for God, and he will push your sins in your mind. This will prove to you that he's against sin. If one blatantly continues in sin for a month, bad events not associated with your sins will increase. So this has worked before. This has been confirmed before. After you confess all your sins and stop continuing in sin, you can think about a sin in your mind. Before you even act on that sin, God will immediately push that guilty conscience of that sin in your mind. And I would like to amend that with just don't let the sin enter into your mind at all. So thus this narrows God down to the one who is against sin. Either he's a generic God that is against sin, God of the Jews, God of the Quran, God of Jesus, or he is the I am, the one who sent, Jesus Christ. To prove God's name, just make fun of the God of the Quran and the God of Jesus for a week while not sinning, and nothing will happen. So that's true as well. You can also make fun of the Trinity gods, 3 gods in one, Jesus is God for a week while not sinning, and nothing will happen. So this works as well. So making fun of the Trinity gods, 3 gods in one, Jesus is God for a week while not sinning, and nothing will happen. Now, there was a woman comedian that did make fun of Jesus, and she fell down and hit the back of her head, and ended up in the hospital after making fun of Jesus. Though I'm not sure if she's making fun of the God of Jesus, or the Son of God, Jesus, only. So I don't know. I don't have enough data to confirm this, but I know that if people make fun of Jesus, that their lives it'll get worse from God. So God is a generic God. Sorry, make fun of, yeah. So God is a generic God that is against sin, God of the Jews, or the I am, the one who sent, Jesus Christ. So if one makes fun of the Son of God, Jesus, for a week while not sinning, this will result in their life getting worse. Bad events not associated with this sin will increase. This works. People have made fun of Jesus before, and their lives became worse afterwards. If one makes fun of the I am for a week while not sinning, this will result in their life getting worse. Bad events not associated with this sin will increase. Don't do this. I know for a fact that Jews cannot say God's name, but nothing bad happens if you say God's name. From Exodus 3:14. Say God's name for a week, 2 weeks. Nothing bad happens if you say God's name. So you can say his name. Believe God is the I am, the monotheistic God of the Bible for 2 weeks, and your life will not get worse. Therefore, this shows that a monotheistic God can respond back. So this proves that God can respond back, and I call on Israel to do this. This proves that God can respond back. And thank you.